People, people, people.
So listening, pay attention.
Oh, yeah.
You're looking for capitals.
Highgate Wood School in North London.
Right, I'm off to my lesson.
Music teacher Teddy Prout has a long day ahead. 7 hours of non-stop teaching, choir practice and a parents' meeting.
Bags off, coats off. Bags off, coats off.
Teddy qualified 2 years ago and finds these long days particularly stressful.
Go sit down, take your bags off, coats off. I can't go and sit down. Right, Brooke, come here, please.
He's asked John Bayley to spend the day with him to suggest ways to make things run more smoothly.
We've got 4 different ideas represented here.
First up,
There's this
composition with
first squiggly one.
7L.
How you choose to make that into music is up to you. You need to be in groups of 5, no more. 1 group in each room. You can use any of the things. Keyboards are over there. Don't use the ones on there. Off you go. Right. Okay. Are you going to do it as 4 pieces of music, or are you going to do it as 1 piece of music? 1 piece of music. All right. Andrew, can you start acting your age, please? Okay, well then don't do that, okay? Okay, I'll be back in about 5 minutes or so just to hear what you've got and then suggest some ideas. Dynamics? All 3. Good man, Greg. Right, guys, why are you out here and not in your room? Yeah, so I said you were going to have to use metallophones and xylophones for this lesson. What you're not doing is you're not talking about how this is going to work. You've only got about 7 or 8 minutes left to sort out what you're going to do for this piece.
One of the things that I noticed, and I'm sure you've noticed it too, is they go and goof around a bit, and then you go and give them a 20-second warning, and then the sense of occasion suddenly clicks back in.
Okay, that's an interesting interpretation of what I asked you to do.
When they are practicing in the practice rooms, what would you like to see happening? What should they be doing? Explain it to me. I'm 14. What do you want me to do, sir?
I need you to experiment with the sounds that I've told you can use. I then need you to...
I'll do it on my own, sir, or do I go and muck around with everybody else? What's happening there? What do you mean?
You need to work out a tune for yourself on your own instrument.
Oh, right. Okay. What sort of language do you want to hear, sir? We scream at each other over the instrument, sir.
No, soft tones, communicating sensibly. You should be listening to each other's opinions as well.
And what sort of opinions might they be?
This works, this doesn't work, I like this, I don't like this.
Okay, I think I understand that now. Do you see what I'm pushing you to do?
Yeah.
When I come into these rooms, I want to see people sitting down with their instruments. I want to see you practicing a tune, first of all. I want to see people making helpful comments to each other. And then when you're going into the rooms, you're reinforcing that behaviour.
Next, a listening exercise with 7U.
Okay, here we go. This is the piece of music we're going to listen to and try and analyse. You just divide half a page or so up into a box. Divide that into 4 and then put flute, clarinet, violin and cello. Okay? We're going to listen to the piece again, and I want you to be listening specifically to one of those boxes. All right, so if each one of you picks one instrument, Savannah, each one of you picks one instrument, see how you can describe it.
I remember this.
Listening to music, They're recognising different instruments and they're thinking about it. I've got a but though, because this little but is going to continue through our narrative. When you introduce those 4 boxes, if I'm watching you, or more importantly, if I'm half watching you, I know I've got these 4 boxes, and I think you want me to write some things in them, but I'm not quite sure what they are.
Okay, if you think about having dinner, instead of just saying, well, I had a roast, we're trying to say, well, I had chicken, and I had potatoes, and I had Yorkshire pudding, and I had, I don't know, parsley. Now what we need to do is we need to describe each one of those. Okay, so the roast potatoes were a kind of a yellow and very crispy. The sweet corn was yellow. So that's what we're doing in music. We're trying to say the flute is doing whatever the flute is doing. So I should have done that.
Well,
we'll play it to you once more. At the beginning.
Yeah, bingo. I think we're going to find lots of examples of this, that you're relaxed, you're confident, you've got them engaged. The high achievers are getting what you want at once, and then you're going around sweeping up low achievers by explaining to them what to do. And did you notice that you put the music on, and then there's mainly little boys we're talking about today, there were kids just sitting staring at you. Then you walked over and said, now you need to be writing down. So one of the things you could say is we're going to be putting down some of these categories in these boxes. Look at the example I've worked up there. In a minute, I'm going to turn the music on, and I'm going to be looking for people. What am I going to see? I'm going to see people looking at the board, then I'm going to see them writing in the boxes. That's what I'm going to see.
All right.
So I'm asking you to, explicit is the word that I'm asking you for.
Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.
Over lunch, it's choir practice.
2, 3, 4. There, stop. What was that? Come on, all together, all at the same time. Shush, 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 shush. Okay, listen. Right, tenors and basses. What you get is the altos. What you get is the altos and the sopranos singing. Okay, you girls, pack it in.
You know this thing about being explicit with your teaching directions. I think sometimes you're not completely explicit with your behaviour directions. Not just saying what I expect to see during this period is people facing me. I expect to see you listening. I expect to see how your sheets out. And I don't expect to see mobile phones out, even though I know this is a choir practice. Do we all understand each other? And giving that direction when the going is good, rather than letting it bubble and then kicking in.
Io, if you sit over on that table, a couple of you sit over on that table.
Final period. 8U.
Okay, you're right.
And the day's beginning to take its toll.
Okay, Carlton, can you take off your bag, please? Okay, this isn't quiet. I'm going to count down from 5 to 0 again. If by the time I get to 0 you're not quiet, I'm going to have to keep you back after school. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, clearly you didn't hear me. Adam and Gustavo, you two, you can come see me tomorrow at lunchtime. You can come see me after school.
You were doing what we do a lot of the time, which is, you know, that's not quiet. I'll try it one more time. Bang, there's a detention. Bang, there's a detention. And they get their gloves up.
That was an inappropriate comment. Can you keep it to yourself? No. If you want to play around, I can send you out.
Play around.
It's a very good plan. Right.
One of the things I ended up thinking was I've got to be really careful. I don't sit and preach behaviour management to this man because one of the things about period 5, on a day when you've already done a lot and given up at lunchtime and arrived early and you know there's a parents' evening coming up, is you're not so inclined to be patient with the children as you are earlier on. There will be days when the smartest thing to say is, listen, would you go next door to Mr. Walker's room, please? That'll help you settle down, it'll stop me from killing you.
You go in with them, it's fine. I'll find you a beta, go back to your group. Well, you're just going to have to use the end for the moment because you don't know what you're doing. You're not making any...
I think that a lot of these stress points, we can knock that down by 2/3 by being more explicit about what it is that we want. And that extends to the behaviour management and it extends to the teaching and learning. What we're trying to do is make you a bit more explicit with some of the more distractible children,
yes.
so that we can get rid of these rough patches.
A few days later, Teddy's rehearsing cabaret with Year 10, who can be rowdy. He's trying to put some of John's advice into practice.
We're going to do Tomorrow Belongs to Me.
Come Becky, come Becky.
Shut up!
Okay, my expectation now is that you are not going to talk when I am talking. How are you going to get your note? If I'm playing... You're singing... You're absolutely right, Faye. That's exactly what you're doing. You're singing the first line again. It's a different melody, isn't it?
That's why I get confused.
You do know that, but we've sung it over and over and over, and you've sung it without me, so you do remember that melody. You just got to remember to sing it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, too late. You failed to meet my expectations so far to be silent. If you do that again, I'm going to send you out and you're not going to take part in this lesson.
How does the hat?
Do you understand me?
Yes.
Just, right, you've got to think on the second time around you're going down, okay? With the chords. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Right. I think we've cracked that one.
So people need to stop saying the heart really, really loud. That one! Getting us out.
Bye-bye. Hi, John.
Are you feeling better? Is something
Yes.
Is something happening?
Yeah, I'm feeling...
What is happening in there?
Well, I think, firstly, I'm being more explicit about what I want in terms of behaviour. I'm expecting you to be quiet at this point and listen to me. And I'm getting it. You know, they're going, oh, OK, we need to listen. And they're listening. And okay, I'm still getting 1 or 2 people who are talking at the back, but it's much easier to deal with that. It's much easier to cope with that than half the class who are not listening. I'm going, I'm waiting, I'm doing this, I'm doing... Just, it seems to be much easier.